on the backside, it says, in a long-term study, researchers collected information about the diets of participants and whether or not they developed the eye condition called age-related macular degeneration, which is abbreviated AMD. People who ate lots of green leafy vegetables, which are high in lutein and zeaxanthin, had a lower risk of AMD. So, is this an experiment or observational study? Someone other than Chris.
Observational?
Why?
So they're not directly affecting it, they're not giving them something.
Yeah.
Affecting it.
Yeah, they're just watching and seeing. Okay. So what is the explanatory variable in this situation? What are we looking for that is supposedly causing the change? Yeah, the amount of leafy green vegetables eaten. On an AP test, I don't know why I almost said diet. On an AP test, you'd want to make sure you're as specific as possible. If you just said leafy green vegetables, you would lose points. So you need to be as specific as you can. Okay, what is my response variable? Not quite. It's the risk of getting the AMD. Because supposedly the more leafy green vegetables I eat, the lower that risk should be. Okay, so based on this study, do you think it's reasonable to conclude that eating leafy green vegetables causes a reduction in the risk of AMD? And think back to yesterday with my example of people bringing umbrellas based on last night's rainstorm. So in general, what do people who eat healthier tend to do? Yeah, they have better lifestyles where they exercise and work out. So I don't know if it's directly eating the leafy greens because I'm observing them and I'm not in a controlled experiment. Okay, so we just have a few more words to define. A treatment is a specific condition applied to the individuals in an experiment. So if I wanted to turn this into an experiment, I could tell half of my participants to specifically eat green leafy vegetables and the other half to not eat green leafy vegetables, and then compare them. So something else I can do, so since I mentioned that people who eat leafy greens might also exercise more, I could also test that as well. So I could give people eating leafy greens alone, exercising alone, and eating leafy greens and exercising as treatments. And a control group of not doing any of those things. Okay, so my next one is experimental unit. This is the object in which a treatment is randomly assigned. So if I'm talking about how much rain it gets and whether or not the plants grow, the plants would be my experimental unit. And experimental units are always not people. When it is a person, it's a subject. So. Okay. Factor is a variable. that is manipulated and may cause a change in the response variable. So if I'm talking about the amount of leafy greens eaten, I could be like, you guys eat leafy greens every meal, you eat leafy greens once a day, no eating leafy greens. And the last definition is level, so this is the different amounts of the factor.